it could be better. So I'm going to dig another piece out. And we're going to use the measurements of this guy to make this ring up again. So let's do that. We'll pop this bridge guy away. This bridge guy is going to be fine sitting in there, absolutely fine. I will take this off and just double check that. Now that we've lined the neck up, we don't need the bridge in there until we finish oiling this guy. We put the bridge on last, just as we put everything together. So the body work gets finished first. The artwork's done. We just need to put a coat or two of oil on that just to seal it all in. We'll take these guys out. I'll double check the fit. The fit of that other pickup, it should be fine. That's a standard setting and a standard size. But sometimes the neck pickups vary in the bobbin sizes vary and the spacings vary. So let's double check this guy. This guy should fit in like that. And it does. You can see that's going to work nicely. Okay. Got the screws in there which we won't take out. The important thing is that it fits in this pocket. So let's feed that cable through. Double check this guy. Into the cavity you go, my friend. There it goes. Off she goes. And we'll drop that guy in there. And that fits beautifully. So that's very, very nice fitting there. And of course this guy will then sit over the top like that. And that's how we get the strings over there in line with those magnetic pole pieces, in line with this guy here. And off you go. Sound, then you can switch between bridge and neck pickup or a combination of both to get those things. See you, Scotty. Thank you very much for being here, mate. I really appreciate it. The hole's fine. This hole isn't. This hole is off a template that was a smaller lipstick pickup, so we're going to make that. We're going to make this again, Gof. That's my error because I picked the wrong template, but that's okay. Not a big deal. We can take you through that and see how it's made. I'll pop these away. I will keep this one out. I just want to double check the sizing on that. We'll put that bridge away. And we're going to measure this guy up. I'm going to find a nice piece of scrap that we can reuse. I always like to reuse my cutaway scraps. For example, I've got this beautiful piece of black butt, and that's a flame black butt. That'll actually look quite nice when it's oiled up. There's that piece there, which would make a reasonable pickup ring. I do want something darker though, so I might look into my little box of tricks here and see what I've got. Okay, I've got a nice piece of cedar. There's also a nice piece of cedar, very similar to this color if I oil that. It's going to be a little bit darker, but the cedar's probably a little bit soft. I want something a little bit harder. So let's keep looking in our little scrap box here. We've got some rosewood, which would make a very good piece. I think that's what I'll use. I do like this. There's some pearl as well. You know what? I do like this. So there's a little bit of rosewood, Australian rosewood that matches that. That would work as well because you've got a very similar grain pattern through there and you've got a very similar structured wood. There's also a piece of burl. Now this is from Willie's Scylla that we made, a custom telly. And there's a nice piece of burl right here that would make a very good, not so much there because that's a bit open pored and that burl needs reinforcement there. But in here, you've got a nice solid piece that we might be able to make. And that's almost the right thickness as well. It needs to come down a little bit, but we could cut a piece out of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this guy and I'm going to use the basis of this guy. In actual fact, I've got the hole measured out. I'm going to basically measure that guy and do it that way and remake that from scratch. And I'll obviously update my template as well. First things first though, one thing I did forget to do today, guys and girls, is put on my magic apron. I need to have my apron on because if I don't wear the Hank apron, and Hank being Hank Bud from Hank Bud Guitars, I'm not as good as Hank if I don't wear the Hank apron. The canvas apron, it's always good to wear that. It makes me feel like I know what I'm doing, even when I don't. Ha! Hoodie's in the house. Hoodie, what's going on? Good to see you, mate. Again, 50 million emotes from Hoodie because that's what Hoodie does. He does that well. let's measure this guy up and have a good look at what we got there. So the big problem here is there's two access holes. There's this guy here that we need. So it's pin to pin. We're going to measure from that guy to that guy. 74 millimeters, 73 millimeters hole to hole. That's the mounts. I will double check that with my templates. There's my telly neck cavity, so I'm just going to double check it with my telly neck cavity. Yeah, that's a little bit bigger. That's fine. This will tell me how wide to make that piece. I'm going to go with a ring. So given that goes in there. Okay, that's pretty cool. We're going to go with 90. We're going to go with 95. Yeah, we're going to go with 95 millimeters end to end. So 95 mil is what we want on the long stretch, end to end. And then, of course, we're going to have a little bit of hangover to actually mount it to the body, which is what we want. So 95 mil, we're going to find a little place here. Will I find a place that's nice and... yes, we will. We'll find it right here. We're going to cut a piece. There to there. Looks a bit long, but it's okay. Believe me, I'll trim it down and it's going to be fine. Okay, so that's our 95 piece there. And what I want to do now is measure this piece here, which is hole itself needs to be far less than that. I think it's only 65. It is 64. We're going to make it 65. So that's 90. Let's halve that. 45. That's a bit long. What did I say? 94. Did I say 94 before that? Or 95? 95, didn't I? 95. So let's halve that. That's 47 and a half. Right there. 47 and a half. And then we need to come across. We said 64. We're going to go 65. Let's make it 66. 33 millimeters. And that will be the whole size. And that will make a hell of a lot of sense once you see what's going on with that. 66. So that whole size is right there. Width-wise, I think we're going to go around about the 15 mark. It's 15. We're going to make it, say, 16, a little bit more. So 8 either side. What have we got? Red Rider 871, thank you for the follow. Orby Guitars with a raid. Orby, what's going on? Great to see you guys. Zeps in the house. How you doing? Gators in the house. Orby Guitars, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Exclamation Orby. Hey, everybody. This is one of the guys I was talking to you about earlier on. Make sure you check him out. He is Greg from the States, and he is a great techo and a cool guy too. So one of our good buddies. Check him out there. Welcome on in, guys. Thank you for the raid, mate. Really appreciate it. We're just making some pickup covers for this guy. let me just change my camera because I forgot to do that. So we've got a piece of Coolabah burl, an old piece of Coolabah burl. We did make a flamed maple, Queensland maple one. The hole's a little bit different. It's for a lipstick. It's a bit shorter. We want to go with this bigger one. So we're using the template and we're using the actual pickup itself to make something that's going to be suitable. We're going to cut out, we need to make a wooden ring to mount that guy into this guy here, which is our giveaway, our comic strip fishy giveaway, Special Elvis and the Weird Little Guys. So everyone's in there. Red Rider, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you for writing in, and thank you for the raid, guys. Really appreciate it. Orby's a good guy, and if you haven't followed that man, please do hit on that like and subscribe button. He is a good man. Okay, and thank you, Greg, once again for your raid. Appreciate it, buddy. So we've got that guy. We're going to go 16 wide, and that's going to be our channel. So let's go to 8. Let's go to 16. Let's line that guy up. Let's line that guy up. And that'll be our hole. So essentially, I'll just grab my little templates, my little hole template tools. Need to find the right size. What have I done with it? Here we go. Somewhere here. All my little guys are here. These are my little templates. A little bit big, a little bit small. This one here might be the go. Maybe that guy. Cobb Death, how you doing? Good. I hope I pronounced that properly. I'm not sure, but thank you very much for being here. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the house of many, the house of guitars. Now that's not right. That's not the right size. This guy here is probably just about the closest thing we've got. So I'm going to use this guy here. And of course we've got the drill, which is a 15 mil, and that 15 mil is going to do the trick for us. I'm going to mark that out now. I think it's about a 5/8 of an inch. Should do it. Yeah, 5/8 should do it because that's about the same width as the pickup magnet or the pickup casing. Yeah, that's what we want, 5/8. So if I measure 5/8, and that will cut that guy. So we'll do that. Measure one hole there. Okay, so what did we say we had? We had the total overall length of this guy at 95. So let's measure 95 across here. Where do we have that again? I think it's there and there, if I remember correctly. 95 millimeters. That's the one. 96 will do. Okay, so that's where we end that guy. The hole finishes there. Obviously, that's going to come down. We need space for the mounting. That's a little bit too wide, but that's okay. We can make that smaller. That's pretty much where I want it. Halfway. There we go. That's our hole. Line that guy up. guy drawn down to there. Seems to be pretty good right about there. Okay. There's our pickup ring. Let's get those outside edges right on and get that tangent going between those two circles to get the top just above the hole. Okay, there's our ring. That is our ring, ladies and gents. So we've got to cut this guy out. And that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to quickly erase. I'm going to drill the holes first. So let's move this body out of the way. We don't need this body anymore. We don't need this pickup anymore. That's going to fit nicely in there. Let's just check the mounting screws for that. That's going to be good. There's space there for those. And there's obviously space to mount that guy onto the guitar